We've also given the facility of a search criteria here on the top. The user can use it for filtering the search.
Particularly because all the plans created in Plan Plus, their performance report is being uploaded using this component. Now we have taken it out from the Plan Plus and given it separate identity. Because there are states who are not so good in making a plan and making them public, unlike you, they wanted to use the only progress reporting system. So there are two scenarios. If you have made the plan, then system will detect that you are using Plan Plus, your plans are in public domain. Then you can import the plan. All works for, let's say, 12-13, if your plans are ready. Then you don't have to enter work details here. Automatically will come. Those states who do not have plan ready can begin defining their work and use it further and come on board on Plan Plus as and when. So in all the applications, as a part of Panchayat Enterprise Suite is based on the same philosophy. If you are using PriyaSoft to book the voucher or payment system, then they will detect that it is implemented here. You are implementing progress report here. So if you say that this work was being done and these many mandates created and I am making a payment of, let's say, expenditure of 50,000. And if PriyaSoft is operational, it will detect automatically, then it won't allow you to enter 50,000, it will say that cut the voucher, payment voucher, instead of, so you don't have to do double entry. I mean, one entry here, 50,000, and go to PriyaSoft and cut 4 voucher leading to 50,000. You make entry at one place, so the system will keep detecting and automatically optimizing on the. Right now, we have not made that as a tight condition because this is not being used by majority of the state. PriyaSoft, many people have come on board, but like Andhra, at least 5-6 states are proposing that, but they are all requesting that please don't make such tight coupling, allow us to do that. So that's one point where we are seeking the feedback, where the system should detect and should leave you helpless, that if you are using PriyaSoft, why should you enter here and there both, enter at one place and system will use the data. So these kind of intersection points are there where we are seeking the feedback of the participants. It's a generic product where the states can define the stages and many other metadata and it will behave accordingly.
So I'll continue with the create work form. The user would first here select the plan unit type. This would not be required when, as of now, I've logged in with a super user, but as and when the user logs in with his own role and privileges, this would not be required. So I'll say Zilla Parishad, Ambala.
Yes, Smita.
Good morning. Smita is the collector from Karimnagar. So, by your stepping.
Work category.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yes.
Why are you differentiating SC and non-SC? It can be both also, no? Like being a SIRD, we train all of them. Like this is a problem.
Budget for SC/ST and spend more money. So that way it will help.
As a line department, we are also using the same software. So Plan Plus we are using. Okay. So in that case, actually we are doing it like non-SC/ST only, and then creating the work. Work means trainings.
But what we say is we have created the chemistry combo.
Yes.
There is SC, ST or
Non-SC.
What
Yeah,
is
all.
SC and ST together?
So SC area, it can compile everybody.
The nomenclature can be changed.
So let's keep bracket general.
Yeah, that's better.
No, sir. Planning Commission is releasing grant in this category.
I know. They have given these 3 words.
It has to be there.
What is right, he says it is very confusing. The non-ST connotes, gives a connotation that even if the work is for everybody, SCs and STs, as Rama is saying, they are excluded. So he says that you should change the nomenclature to, to remove this, disabuse your mind of this impression that it is not for SC/STs. It is for everybody. So you write general.
We'll write, because this is given by planning commission, when they introduce the new components in all the schemes.
Headings should be very appropriate. They should not create any confusion.
And then we have the work output details, like what is the estimated cost of work. Let's say 20,000. The planned start. The duration in months and days.
Don't you think at the time of administrative sanction?
Administration sanction will be there, it's not cost.
So we
No,
have,
we'll ask administrative
we
sanction.
have that. Like then we have
proper actions of assets of
Very well.
there are 5 type of work outputs. The categorizations are like asset, capacity building, service, staff augmentation. And in case if the output does not fit into the first 4 criteria, then the user can select others. As of now, I select asset.
Each work is supposed to be generating some output.
Yeah, it could be both also.
On the top of the grid, the latest work would be displayed. From here, the user can be directed to the defined work output screen. In case if the user has defined 2 outputs of this particular work, then there will be 2, I say number as of now. The location of the asset. By office I mean the logged in user's location. I'll just show that as well. I had logged in with Zilla Parishad Ambala, so this is already displayed.
Excuse me, can we use it for the maintenance work also?
Say, in that event, you have to compute what would have a consultant charged if he was brought on board.
Similarly, labor, sir. Labor, if they contribute free labor, we have to calculate that as per the daily wage.
So we'll have own contribution, we'll ask rice or other grain or.
Finalize the total size of the plan. So each sectoral head, he comes with his officers. So they sit. So when the plan is formulated, it is at the rough stage. So they delineate different type of activities under different sectors. And then they say, for example, these many roads are to be constructed, or this many bridges are to be constructed, this number of buildings are to be constructed, or whatever it is. Then they say, then they roughly estimate the cost. Then they say that under the state plan, the sectoral allocation is this, X. But they require X plus Y. So now X is already provided for. So they indicate in the plan only at the time of discussion, when the discussion in the state takes place at the Chief Secretary of Planning Commission, whichever it is. Then they say that this Y will be provided out of NREGA or out of the untied grants. Sectoral funds are this, and they just fill in the critical gaps. So it is decided at that stage, this convergence in terms of funding of the scheme, financing of the scheme. It is not, it is one-to-one basis and as and when it comes, it cannot be. Only then the whole plan is approved by the Planning Commission. And then this is how the plan is compiled. So it is not, but what you say, when these schemes are off budget or off plan, for example, CM or some minister makes announcements during the course of his tour in the district that we will take up this work. So that is not a properly budgeted or planned scheme. But they say, I will provide it out of my MP LAD or constituency development, CDF, constituency development fund, and also from other sources. In that event, there is a problem of convergence. But as far as the regular plan document is concerned, all these loose ends are tied up right at the beginning. Then there is no problem. And funds. Convergence has to be for a particular activity, maybe under different schemes. Then funds.
Just now, this is what is being demonstrated. There is a work flyover for which he is trying to draw the fund from DRGF and from NREGA, both.
So this is schematic convergence leading to one activity.
One activity, leading to one activity. One activity is being funded by the 2 or more than 2 schemes.
Then contest, we are taking it as a project, sir.
To that extent, you are right. It is schematic convergence is ultimately coming down to one activity.
Now, are you talking about sectoral convergence?
So, sir.
I will give you. I mean, let us cite an example. Sir, there is a school building renovation or construction. The school money will come, so it has many activities. Construction of a school room, construction of a boundary wall, construction of sanitation facility, construction of drinking water. 4 works are there, ideally speaking. But they are treated as a project and the money for them will come from SSA, drinking water, TSC and rural sports programs. So this is a sectoral convergence where multi-sectoral schemes are trying to do one project where multiple works are there. That is allowed in Plan Plus. And they can be monitored as a single unit, though there are 4 works, but it is known as, that is a higher level of convergence, where
So the point is there can be one project having innumerable activities, okay, having a number of activities, but project is one. As Mr. Ji has said, there can be different schemes
funding same
activity. It is both ways possible.
and there can be many institutions funding these propositions. That is project based. That's the institutional convergence. All 3 of them are allowed in Plan Plus if you come via Plan Plus. But if you use Actionsoft directly,
We will make the project of.
You didn't listen to him on the first day.
Sir, Additional Secretary sir had told very important point, sir, that at planning commission level only it is allocated how much we have to do. So in this, suppose we can integrate how much money has to be doubted, right? For example, how much of NREGA money has to be doubted with other scheme, and we have the balance of the money which has to be doubted. Automatically it gets integrated, something like that.
But Sunil, as far as convergence is concerned, there is a whole body of literature on convergence. But the essence of convergence, 2 preconditions of convergence are dialogue and agreement. You have to enter into a dialogue. Different persons who want convergence, they have to first dialogue and then agree to a given set of things, by the given activity or project. यहाँ पे हम convergence करेंगे. Dialogue followed by a mutual agreement. That are the 2 preconditions.
that is offline. That is not covered.
That
here.
is not covered.
That is a final agreement is covered here that I demand 20,000 and you say yes, I sanction 20,000. Rest is all on file, which you take separately.
Be established is very much required.
Sir, ma'am, in Kerala, Panchayat sir,
Given user ID, we have.
No, they want all these the approvals because they are also involved in approval, the technical approval. They also give technical approval and they also execute the work. And they are saying that they will record the administrative approval also which has been obtained. वो भी upload कर देंगे उसका. So they want to maintain that.
Frankly, I am not clear. If there is a Gram Panchayat who has taken administrative approval, who has got technical approval and uploaded onto the system, and it is being done by RES or PWD, system has a facility where PWD people can be given user ID password, and they can upload physical and financial progress report. In addition to this, what are you looking for?
This is fine. If panchayats are using it, all the panchayats are using it, they will get all the details automatically. But if there is some line department which has entrusted some work to them,
Another line department
which is not part of this, then they would like to enter the details
on behalf of.
not on behalf of whatever is entrusted to them. It may be NABARD.
But then line department can perfectly come as a initial user itself. They can. They are.
NABARD is there. NABARD also enters them work.
Then, but line department can also use this package, not as a reporting mechanism, as a total end-to-end their own solution.
NABARD?
NABARD will not be. Then they will enter that NABARD is one of the. It will be coming as a NABARD scheme. NABARD will come as a. NABARD is only a fund provider.
NABARD will provide the fund. They can't enter now.
See, this package can be used by urban local bodies, panchayat and line department. Line department can use it for 2 purposes. One, doing their own work, which they are planning. In another works where they are only implementing agency, executing agency, where the work is given by somebody else.
Once the payment is done, there is no question of releasing the payment. Once it is released.
No. Panchayat has released money to PWD.
Yes.
PWD is reporting now. They have said that 20,000 rupees is spent in this month.
Okay.
And after some time they want to come back and they want to say that no, it was by mistake and all that.
Taken into account the transfer from asset within the panchayats or ULB or line department who are using NAD software, or it can be transferred from the outsiders who are not using the NAD. The software can be used by all the panchayats at all levels, urban local bodies and the line departments. Currently I am logged in as an NAD user. On the left side you can see all the modules that you can use in the software. Now the entity life cycle starts with the asset creation. So for asset creation, we first need to add the bug details. Access of.
Will it not be replicated here?
No, that will be auto-populated in this form.
One thing, as in the morning also sir was saying, they are all integrated. So even if you are not using asset directory, let us say AP is not using asset directory, they are using ActionSoft, the details get stored in the asset directory table. They may not be visible, but
here you can, in this menu, similarly you can create the
all these asset categories and subcategories are defined like
state limit.
every state can define its own asset category and subcategory.
Now your this category and subcategory is saved. Now you can use it by creating the asset creation.
Then you ask. Or her performance. Actually, in my group, everybody says that put some.
So the parameters on which these loads are measured will also change. So we can take that. This is a requirement in other states also?
Yes, yes, yes.
Some logical validations we need to see that if they are immovable assets, like Mridu was creating flyover in Panchayat office. Okay, so some kind of those logical validations we may need to do.
Now
So the assets can be analyzed, the asset status can be analyzed in terms of the type of asset, whether that status can be taken for that asset or not.
Now we can add the asset here to the add asset form. Either you have still to check or delete date, bank details.
The thing that we understood was that the Gram Sabha members are the social auditors by default. Okay, so however, when anybody comes to the online site and says that I want some information, then or I want to do a social audit, then he has to register himself, and then the Gram Panchayat will approve that yes, he is will verify that he is a member of the Gram Sabha, and accordingly he will be given a user ID password to ask for any questions and other details. So that is one is the registration of the social auditor, and then second thing is that there is also a concept of social audit facilitator. There are some NGOs or agencies which can be engaged to facilitate the social audit process. In the case of particularly in rural areas, the people may not be so educated, may not know how to carry out the social audit. So there is a provision to register those agencies also and approve those agencies, and then they can come and act on behalf of the citizens or social auditors. And the social auditor, when he comes, I think I had to go to the screen here.
You've given the write-up in the folder also.
Comes. What is happening is that all the information, almost all the information that any social auditor or any citizen wants is already available through all these applications. So when the social auditor comes, he says that first I would like to become social auditor or facilitator for a particular scheme or program. So that is also possible. We can do that. and then he can come and ask for many details, like he can ask for the accounts details, he can ask for what was the plan, proceedings of the meetings, all these details he can ask. All these details, whatever is available through the system in PES itself, if the Gram Panchayat is using PES, then it will automatically provide. Okay, and also in addition to that, he may ask for something else also. He may ask for bills given by some agency, contractor agency, which are not captured as part of any of these applications. So then that can be additionally provided as hard copies by the Gram Panchayat. So whatever soft copies can be provided, they will be generated from the system and created as a Word PDF document, and he can download it and look at it. And then subsequently when he audits, when he goes to the field and audits the work and he prepares a report, he can come and upload the his own report. That these were the findings of my audit. He can come and upload the report. And then there may be certain, based on the audit report to see, a certain action, maybe told to the panchayat that you have to take up this action. Now when we say the social audit, though generally it is done at Gram Panchayat level, we are also giving the facility that district panchayat and block panchayat can also be audited in this manner. I don't know about line departments, but we are providing it for panchayats, all 3 tiers of panchayats. So then this is, then the action taken report he can give, that what action he has taken in this regard. Like for example, suppose the work has not been undertaken, then he may take up the work and then indicate that he has completed the work or whatever. So that action taken report can be given. So this complete process is available. And this is regarding the social audit. Anything that we are missing right now? In this regard, maybe we can give you a further write-up, detailed write-up and screenshots.
Correct, that will be all.
That will be better.
One, number two, on the Panchayat Raj portal, if the whole thing is uploaded, perhaps anybody can happily
Yeah, we can do that. We can, we will give the URL.
log on to the portal and then can see what is available on the social audit front. Excellent.
Similar to it is available in NREGA.
Can define, as per the State Panchayati Raj Act, it can define that how many times a particular Gram Sabha meeting has to be conducted and how many times those standing committee meetings have to be conducted, what should be the quorum of those meetings, and all those details can be defined as per the State Panchayati Raj Act. And then the meeting notice can be issued, the state can also define that for these, there may be certain special meetings defined by the state. Then for those special meetings, the agenda, the state can define the agenda. That for this special meeting, you should have these as agenda points. So along with that, those agenda points, the panchayat can also add its own additional agenda points and prepare the agenda for the meeting. Then ultimately the minutes of the meeting can be generated out of that. That what were the discussions and action taken report. So the entire cycle of the meetings, mainly we are not talking about the normal meetings which take place within the ZP or BP, but only those statutory meetings like general body meetings and all those things, where selection of beneficiary is done or the plans are approved, action plans are approved. So all those things are taken up, those meetings are recorded and put up. So
each one of the actual users of these programs down the line, with all the domain knowledge that has probably crept into it, surely it will be much better than as we go along. It will be improving by the day. Now, having said this, before we start this, let me just say that number one, we wish to have a feedback on a voluntary basis from any two of you, first come, first served basis. Subsequently, we go on to the next set of the program where we have small things to do the
ceremony.
So the ceremonial dimension of the whole process would then begin. May I therefore request on a voluntary basis two people who would like to come and give their reflections on the sessions
And road ahead.
and probably the road ahead.
Consultants.
Yeah, JS will speak.
See, the consultants who are with us, it's like a partnership, and if it's a second presentation to them, then Delhi also we had photos.
Okay.
So some have come first time from the states, so I think we'd like to get a feedback from those
First timers.
who have come from the states.
Yeah. consultants who come from the state for the first timers, please,
Maybe
can I see 2 hands go up?
maybe I think we can ask each in state 2 minutes.
Myself, I am attending first time here.
क्या नाम क्या है आपका? What is your good name?
Mohammed Hassan.
Oh, very good. You
My
come from
name is
Lakshadweep?
Lakshadweep.
Very good.
We want to hear your commitment on e-panchayat first.
Okay.
It's very nice work.
So you will implement this, no?
Yeah, I want to tell there. Thank you, sir.
Name?
I am Arlananda Swami, Progress Assistant from Directorate of Rural Development, Panchayat Raj Institute and Urban Local Bodies.
Very good.
So we from Andaman, 9 participants have participated here. From different area, from Directorate and from Panchayat level, and also from Jilla Panchayat we have here.
Somebody is panchayat secretary.
Secretary, Panchayat Secretary also. And it was very useful for us in the session. And to tell to our secretaries and ministries, Andaman net accessibility is not there. So once if it is extended, we will try our high level best to implement in our UT also. So in all together, it's very interesting for us and it's very nice. It's very useful for us.
Good.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and fellow friends. So in fact, in e-Panchayat and e-governance, Karnataka is doing better. We have our own software, we are doing it now. So at Gram Panchayat level, we have a Panchatantra and Panchamitra portal is there. And at Block Panchayat and Jilla Panchayat, we wanted to go with the PR software system. That's it. Anyway, we have a good interaction in this workshop and we would like to add some more essence with this knowledge to our existing, and wherever modification is required, that we will take up. And we are with some good friends who are working at field level. We have our Panchayat Development Officers with us, and we have some consultants and, from the state office also. So really we benefit, sir. Thank you.
Wonderful.
There, Mr.
What are you in Kerala?
I am working with Rural Development Department as Deputy Development Commissioner in Kerala. And in our team, there is one Joint Development Commission is there, 4 members from NIC all over Kerala, and 1 member from Panchayat and 1 member from Information Kerala Mission. So, about this workshop, we are on going through the modules and its capabilities, its strengths. We understand that this can be deployed all over India, that's sure. At the same time, we have some philosophical differences with all these things. With our Information Kerala Mission have developed our own babies. And some Priyas, if you have Priyasop, we are having Sankhya. If there is, we have Sulega, we are having Plan Plus. There are some things, and we have been requesting some sort of interoperability things and such kind of things. So even then, I understand that there is scope, there is chances for deploying these software in some field somewhere. So, for example, our SAID can deploy some software or some modules out of this, or they're planning their training programs, or ETCs can deploy the software for planning their training modules. Even now I see that there is possibility for Total Sanitation Campaign to deploy this action soft. So there are some modules we are having possibilities, but there needs some policy decisions from the state of Kerala. And as I understand, as the Honorable JS and DC Misraji has said, they are continuing with the consultation with Government of Kerala, and they will be going towards. I think at the end of the thing, some modules will be implemented in Kerala. I think positively. Thank you very much.
From NIC. Good evening to all of you. Actually, this is the first time we got a representative from local administration department. As I told you, Mr. Ji, and so far, it is not, Pondicherry has not come on board. But this time, I discussed deeply with Mr. Ji, and I assured him that our state will take all the initiatives to implement first 5 core modules, and then this
by September.
Yeah, yeah, by September.
Very good.
By September. And this training actually throws light on us about various packages, the 7 core modules. And we had a discussion and exchange our ideas. So it is really useful to us. Definitely, sir, we will improve. The package gets improved and we will implement this. With this, I close it.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Take it more by hook than crook.
Thank you.
No, the concerned department person is here.
And very luckily, your CM is so accessible. He goes on motorcycle from his home to his office. So anybody can stop him and say, Priya Soft, please.
Respective department official, I don't know with what intention he has sent an IC person there.
Fantastic.
But it is he who has made the commitment. And it's the first time that Puducherry participated in.
Puducherry Lakshadweep also.
You were there when I visited?
Yes, sir. Last month, 29th, we had a meeting at Puducherry. I'm sorry because we don't see any difference.
Maybe he was sure that if we come there, AS will ask. That is why he sent NIC gathering.
Rajesh Shekharan representing in the state of Puducherry government. We don't differentiate the NIC and the state government. We see as a part of government of Puducherry. Puducherry NIC unit is part of government of Puducherry. That's what I requested the gentleman to deliver something on behalf of government of Puducherry. Usually this kind of workshop will teach some lessons useful to all the participants. Myself also learned a lot through this workshop. One very good point I noticed here is one small model, it's not small, this is Service Plus is a good product. The vision of NEGP formulated by the MCIT Delhi, everybody knows here, just to bring the e-governance across the country. There are several components and mission mode projects around 27 at present. Of course, this e-Panchayat is one among the 27. But what I noticed here is this product is equal to many important components listed out by the MCIT. Definitely, this Service Plus kind of modules will do away the other components and the other projects listed out in the MMP list by the MCIT. We hope. That's what my understanding through this workshop on these products. Of course, these products definitely require some improvement, not some more, much improvement. Don't mistake me, my observation is some modules, some forms are in student level. We should give some professional touch and reference to the various entities is required. For example, in any kind of work implementation, the statistics department will try to cull out some information from the all kind of activities. So if you touch the statistics cell, they will tell you what are the parameters required from this kind of activity. So we should incorporate that will lessen the burden of the owner of the product who is working with this product.
Thank you for the comments that have come from you. The last host state, AP, may have...
Last but not the least.
Not but the least, okay. Thank you. Can someone come in from AP, please?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Bhanumurthy from Andhra Pradesh. I am working as superintendent in Mandal Panchayat Chintakane. I think in Andhra Pradesh, Mandal Panchayat Intermediate Panchayat. So, I attracted some golden words which were frequently repeated the Honorable our Commissioner Sabu, that is transparency and accountability. So many times I got training in this part. One fine morning, I think a good thought, why don't we publish the government activities or official activities to the people. So I made one website to our mandal, that is my own intention. And I kept the all development activities and which are functions and works all, and I maintained the cash book related software also. In that concept, now this occasion, I learned more things. I am also Priyasoft, e-Panchayats also, I entered the data. In entire, I think I am proud of telling that I only one person in Andhra Pradesh, Mandal Parishad, that is Khammam district, entered the e-Panchayats also, and Priyasoft also, BRJ planners also.
I realize, sir, that the whole issue of Panchayat Raj and the central government, Panchayat Raj, the state government, I didn't realize that even with the implementation of software, whose territory is going to be an issue as Kerala is pointed. We have a software and they have a software. I think that is endemic to the system, good. But then the session that have come, I'm sure, would go a long way in further developing this software that have come. We're also grateful that APARD has been chosen to be the National Center for Social Audit, Scientific Audit. That's one outcome of this workshop for us at APARD, about which we are very happy. Having said this, I must also say that for APARD, this course brought to us a boom. That is, the Additional Secretary came to us for the first time as part of this program. For that, we feel very good that we had accepted to host this program here. This was an arrangement. Thank you very much, sir, for being here with us, spending a whole day, and having taken the trouble to take such a keen interest, not just trouble, a keen interest in all that APARD has been doing. And you give us sufficient time to look at all that we have done. We are indeed pleased about it. Then having said this, may I just go on to the next part of the program, and that is request Sri Anguramji to comment on this, or Joint Secretary would like to say a few words on? No? Not at all? Okay, then I'll reserve this for a little.
Rahul Radhakrishnan, Consultant e-Panchayat Kerala. S. Ram Mohan, Deputy Executive Engineer, Hyderabad. Chaya P, Panchayat Development Officer, Karnataka. Prashant Rao, MB, Panchayat Development Officer, Karnataka. Vishwanatha V, Panchayat Development Officer, Karnataka. Sindhuja Murthy, JE, Andaman and Nicobar. Girija Jansen, Chief Planning Officer, South Andaman. Yes, Sahiruddin, Joint Development Commissioner, Kerala. LP Chitare, Deputy Development Commissioner. Dr. BVNS Prakash Rao. Dr. MR Eknathappa. B. Bhavani Das, Chief Executive Officer, East Godavari. G. Rajagopal Rao, DIA, NIC, Karnataka. Rajagopal Rao. KV Rajeshwar Rao, Chief Executive Officer, Mahbubnagar. Yeah. Okay. SMNS Srinivas, Assistant Project Manager, E-Suvidha, Hyderabad. Raleigh TD, Scientist C, Kerala. Vinay Kumar Naik, PDO, Uttar Kannada, Karnataka. Vinay Kumar. Krishna JM, Senior Programmer, ANSSIRD, Mysore. Mohan KK, Scientist C, Kerala. Dr. PV Seshareddy, DPO, Chittoor. Muhammad Hassan, PA, Scientist C, Lakshadweep. Suresh Kumar P, Scientist C, NIC, Kerala. Susi M, NIC Trivandrum. Ramamurthy B. Panchayat Development Officer, Karnataka. W. Baswara, Scientific Officer, Karnataka. Srinivas HM, Karnataka. NS Ravichandran, DIO, Kerala. Sorry, Karaikal. K. Bizu, Panchayat Secretary, Andaman. S. Sivanandam, Technical Director, Puducherry. Rakesh Gundi, DIO, Adlabad. S.M. Nair, VLW, South Andaman. P. Rajashekaran, Puducherry, Programmer. A. Arul Nandaswamy, Andaman. Firoz Khan, Panchayat Secretary, South Andaman. M. Selvakumar, Computer Assistant, South Andaman. K. Ramasubbareddy, DIO, Anantapur. T. Chilareddy, Panchayat Secretary, Anantapur. G.K. Sunil, System Administrator, Trivandrum, Kerala. Narayana Namboothri, Senior Programmer, Kerala. B. Bhalimurthy, Superintendent, Khammam District. Lata S.H., Panchayat Development Officer, Karnataka. Yashwanta B., PDO, Karnataka. Shagufia Parveen, Panchayat Secretary, North Andaman. Srinivas Rao, CH, MPDO, Rangareddy. Veera Reddy A, Program Manager, Hyderabad. CHV VBS Subbaram, Scientist B, East Godavari. Mr. K. Rajshekar Rao, Chief Accounts Officer, CPR. P. Gauri Shankaram, Project Manager, Hyderabad. Mr. Gauri Shankaram. Shivaprakash Vastra, DIO, Bellari. T. Servanan, Technical Assistant B, South Andaman. S. Pradeep, Panchayat Secretary, North and Middle Andaman.
Some little bit of honor.
Yeah.
Neha Jain, Consultant, EPRA. P. Anuradha, Accounts Officer, Jilla Parishad, Anantapur. K. Swati Venkat Lakshmi, NIC. Dr. G. Shankaraya, DPO, Anantapur. Shri P. Janardana, Assistant Executive Engineer, PR.
You are a resource person, why should you get a certificate?
Point is that we missed it for the
Emmanuel BJ, DPO, Rangareddy.
workshop.
Sadhu Narsimlu, Panchayat Secretary, Rangareddy. P. Sudhakar Rao, CEO, Srikakulam.
Photos are not important for us, but we are Panchayat Secretary.
Rahman Khan, Superintendent, CPR.
Sudhakar, how are you? Good photo. So what? Just giving only photograph and this. Wait.
నిన్న వచ్చారు విన్నాను.
फ्लाइट लेने से पहले सब ईमेल सब डिस्पोज करके
Ms. Neetu, please.
ఓన్లీ ఫోటోస్
Diplomacy. Come, Neetu. One of the best. God bless you. You did a very good presentation.
సాక్షి మిస్ సాక్షి
Sakshi is a very popular
నాట్యాల్
newspaper.
మిస్టర్ నాట్యాల్ ప్లీజ్ నీతు నీతు ప్లీజ్
They are the resource person.
No, they are not giving the certificate.
They'll get a photograph and a logo of a bird. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful 3 days with you. God bless you. Krishnaji.
Thank you.
you even lost the photograph.
Thank you.
Before I request Sri Ashok Ranguramji to say deliver his message and his impressions on the session, on behalf of APAT, I would request Commissioner APAT to kindly do the honors of giving a little memento to our guest, Sri Anguranaji.
Thanks for coming to our part, sir. We will remember your visit, and there shall be many more such visits. We will stand to gain with your experience and knowledge. Thank you.
And to Sri Sushilji.
And dear sir, it has been wonderful 3 days with you. We enjoyed being with you. Thank you so much.
May I now request you, sir, to kindly.
My deep and sincere gratitude and thanks to APAT for having taken the trouble of organizing this wonderful 3 days workshop, which has been extremely